all about you. Yes, I told them all about you.
This is the third year I had the opportunity to talk to every fifth grader in Mason County, Kentucky about life in the 1780s living here. Jacob attended this event with me to talk about the fur trade also. So let's get right into it. First of all, welcome to Kentucky. Welcome to Old Washington, established in 1786. And what I would like to do today is tell you a little bit about George Medford, the fellow that built that cabin right behind you that you just came out of. George was born at sea. In 1779, he married a lady by the name of Melinda Masters. In 1781, at the end of the American Revolution, while living in Maryland, the first child was born. 1783 was the next one, 1785 was the third one. Somewhere around 1785 or so, George was tired of living in the Maryland area, so he went to Pennsylvania, Washington County, Pennsylvania, and he either built or bought a flatboat, something like this one. And for 3 weeks, he put his possessions, his wife and his 3 kids on this boat and floated down the Ohio River at about 2 miles an hour. 400 miles later, after dodging sandbars and snags and Shawnee Indians, he landed at a place called Limestone Landing. Do you all know where that is? Anybody? Well, Maysville used to be called Limestone at one time. Have you been down past that bridge that goes across the river where that little fishing bar is down there and the boats line up and land there and shoot fireworks and things? That's called the Limestone Landing. That's where George and Melinda landed. He took apart his houseboat, called a houseboat, his flatboat rather, and he built this cabin with it. And during that time, he used the wood out of the floor to put the flooring in this cabin. This tool is a thing of the day called the flintlock rifle. What George Medford did was build these things as his living. This is a tool that they used all the time. Now, there's 2 reasons they would have had to use this tool. What's 2 reasons? Anybody tell me what's one of them?
Hunting.
Hunting is right. What's the other one?
Self-defense.
Self-defense is right. If you could load this thing 3 times a minute and shoot it, you were good and probably would have survived in the state of Kentucky. Miss Teacher, come here for a minute.
All right.
Come here, Miss Teacher.
Okay.
I want you to meet my lovely wife, Melinda Masters. I married her in 1779. She is now Melinda Masters Medford. Now, in 1781, you had your first child, in 83, the second one, 85, the third one. By the time we landed here, you floated down the Ohio River for about 3 weeks with those 3 screaming kids. It was always hot, and you just couldn't stand it anymore. You got that cabin built, and during this time, you had raised 10 more children to adulthood. So 13 kids Miss Melinda here raised in that cabin. You would have had to know how to load this rifle up because of the Indian attacks. So let me show you how you do that. You'd had a powder horn. You'd have poured a predetermined amount down in that barrel. Okay, you would have had a ball laying on the table in a bowl. This one's an extra big one. I'm going to put it here to show the example. That one fits one of the other guns. You had a smaller ball. You laid on that top of that muzzle. You would have taken this ramrod out and shoved that ball all the way on top of that powder load. By the way, this gun is empty. That means it does not fire. There's a mark right here showing that it is not loaded. I cannot shoot this gun today. So don't go home and tell your parents this gun's loaded. Okay, it's not. Now once you've done that, you would have put a little bit of powder down in this barrel here, in this pan. Okay. You would have pulled this thing back here, and you would have pulled this thing here, and you shot the gun like that. That would have made the ball go out the other end. Now you know how to load this thing up now, right?
Yeah.
All right, good. Now here's where she comes in handy. In that cabin, about every 6 feet, there'd have been a little hole in that white chinking there where the men could stick this gun outside that hole and shoot at any of those warriors that's been surrounding your cabin for a couple of days. Because the warriors' only intention is to burn that thing down to run you all out of there so they can either kill you or kidnap you. Hurry up and load that gun up, all right? Now I'm going to cheer and I'm ready to shoot, all right? Come on, sister.
I don't have a stick.
It's right here.
Okay.
Load that thing. Hurry up. They're shooting at us. They're shooting at us. Come on.
I have 13 kids to take care of.
Oh my God.
Come on, sister. They're shooting at us.
Taller than I am.
Come on. They're shooting at us. Hurry up. Prime that thing up.
Okay.
There's 10 of them that they're shooting at us.
Take me.
Here. I'll load it up. Come on. Load that thing up. Come on, sister. They're shooting at us.
Still go. Bam. I was never much of a hunter.
Now, hang on for a minute. I want to ask you a question. Now, you're out here doing your chores right in this area here of the house, and she happens to see a couple warriors over here in the trees lurking out of here. So she would have rounded you 4 or 5 or 6 of them at the time, barred that other door over there, and done this kind of thing. So now it's 3 days later, Miss Melinda. Your 5 kids has been screaming around the clock. They're scared to death. Those warriors are still outside. Your kids are hungry. They can't go to McDonald's because there isn't one. How would you feel about being a Miss Melinda in those days?
Miserable. I would be very... Yeah.
Now, how would you guys have to deal with putting up with her in this cabin screaming at you to do something when you didn't want to, when you got the enemy outside ready to burn it down? So thank you, hon, for your help.
You're welcome.
How many of you guys would not want to go to school? You just like to get out of school. Hate school. Don't want to go there. Now, she's offended back there.
I'm not offended, no.
Melinda's offended because y'all want to go to school.
No.
All right, well, come here, buddy. I'll use you. You seem a little rambunctious. Come here a minute. You. Yeah, you. Come here. Hold on a minute. You're what, 10 years old or 11, something like that?
I'm turning 11.
Turning 11. You got any girlfriends? Now, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. It doesn't matter if he's got a girlfriend or not because he's going to get rid of her because this is his new girlfriend. Hold on to that. Her name is Matilda. Now, you and Matilda are going to be good buddies, and here's why. Since you don't want to go to school, and there were no schools anyway at the time where this cabin was built, you would have been getting out of bed at 6 in the morning. Miss Melinda back there would have given you a little breakfast, and I would have told you to go out and use that axe to cut a tree about this big around down and cut sections about this big and take them in there and stack them in that cabin. Now, how would you like to do that?
A lot.
No, you don't swing it. Now, after lunch is over with, I'm going to tell you to go cut the second tree down and bring all that wood in. Now, why would you want to cut all these trees down for? Any ideas?
Either firewood or to build a house.
Okay, well, firewood's what I'm talking about here because the section has been this long. You would have to put enough wood in there to last you through the winter months because guess what happens around here in January?
Everything starts growing.
It's cold, isn't it?
Yep.
And if you wanted to stay warm in that cabin, you had to keep that fire going all the time. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Now, there's another reason why that the men came here in those days called the fur trade business. Now, I'll let Jacob tell you a little about the fur trade business, so listen to him for a minute.
Yes, because a lot of people did not have money, so they would trade what they had to get what they needed. Like, for instance, fur trading was popular here, a lot of game. And like the Medfords, they made candles. People more likely would bring their furs here and trade for candles that they would need.
The lack of time will not allow me to show you the rest of the fun we enjoyed with these students. Regardless, we are definitely looking forward to coming back again next year. So let's move on to show you the rest of the fun this weekend. To get up. What is that anyway? What is
It
that,
looks like a raccoon. Yeah.
A raccoon? What do you think it is? What do you think it is?
It looks like a raccoon.
A raccoon? You pet him. You want to pet him? Well, pet him a little harder than that. He don't bite. He never bites on Saturdays. Have a good time so far?
Yeah,
Y'all been down to petting zoo yet?
We
One
just
area
got
in the
here.
town there on the left side is the petting zoo behind the Heritage Store.
Keep that real close to your head.
There you go.
Oh,
Oh, what a shot!
Shame I didn't get that one on film.
That is amazing.
Really?
Good job, Archer. Thanks.
Good. You hit it. That's
The Chautauqua speakers were brought out of the church this year onto the main stage for everyone to enjoy. One of Simon Kenton's best friends, old Daniel Boone, stopped by to reminisce with the crowd a little bit today.
And then I ran until I reached the Ohio River. And I swam across with my clothes in gun on this raft I'd made. I never stopped, except for a bit of sleep here and there. And 4 days later, I arrived at Boonesboro.
William Bull Nelson, who lived in old Washington back in the Civil War days, stopped by for a visit.
Just out of range of their guns and hopefully in the range of your guns, just continually bombarding. But he wanted to surround this thing.
Black before you start baiting on it.
Here we go.
Did you see how hot that was, how red hot that was when I first stuck it in the fire and pulled it out and to stick it in the nail header here?
What's it?
You straighten it up a little bit.
Did you hear that? Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Eva, can you see me? Is everybody ready? Did you see how hot it was just literally a second ago? So hot. Let's see. What? Ow!
Ooh, look at that. Can you touch it? Touch it.
It's not hot.
It's not hot?
It's not.
It's wet, it's not hot.
See? It's just wet. See?
In a blacksmith shop, if it's wet, you're good to touch it. If it's not, don't touch it.
Try it, buddy. Try it.
See, it's cold, isn't it? Would you like to touch it? You can hold it if you'd like. Pass it around.
They were done furs the same way.
Just get a haircut.
There you go, you got it.
Mark left-handed.
Lieutenant Gator.
It's curly maple stock. The lock is on the left side, not the right.
On my farm.
Ooh.
It's German manufacturer. In German, meant Jaeger. In English, it was a hunting rifle.
What other festivals could one attend where all 6 historical museums are open for free of charge this weekend? It don't get much better than that.
We had an archaeological dig and found the original footprint which the house is built on, or the kitchen is built on. Desmond O'Donnell was the gentleman who built the building.
Is he a local person?
He is, yes, he's local. If you go outside and look at the chimney, the chimney is a work of art outside. It's gorgeous.
Now, how would you like to hold on to one like that, buddy? Huh? That's a big one, isn't it? You having a good time today? You been back at the petting zoo yet? All right.
You got to pet all the animals.
Pet all the animals.
Feed
Cool. You don't have that one spoiled, do you?
No, not much.
That's funny. That's cool.
And
Oh yeah, I want to try this applesauce. What kind of, these are cool looking spoons. What kind of that? Did you make this?
Yeah. Oh, it's delicious. It's got my secret. It's got my secret thing in it. You know what makes applesauce so good? It's not too much sugar.
So it's like your Kentucky Fried Chicken recipe,
No.
secret ingredients to make it work.
No, no, it's just a little spot of vanilla.
That's simple.
Yeah, instead of, and some sugar, but mostly apples. You gotta get the right apples. We got an old Kentucky apple tree, but we cooked up those Kentucky apples that are really good. We got a 40-foot tree outside. It came with the house.
Ooh.
And I can't stand to let them go to waste.
No.
Yeah, I do. You'd like it. You want some more?
No, that's enough for now.
Is that good?
Oh yeah, very good. Well, the 47th annual Simon Kenton Festival is now in the books. Really enjoyed today showing the kids the furs and the firearms used in the day and talk about the brutal, harsh life of living here in Kentucky in the 1780s. Thanks for watching. And remember, Jesus does love you. And we'll catch you next week, another adventure. and this time next year for the 48th annual Simon Kenton Festival.
Yes, I told him all about you. Yes, I told him all about you.